The fight is really starting to get interesting. This is Solo Now's getting a review of Bleach Chapter 576, The High Kill 2. Starts off with Kenpachi trying to once again cut Gamori, and Gamori is he's trying to do his best not to avoid the cut. Cause he's trying to make sure he doesn't cut him. He breaks through the shield and tries his best. But Gamori said, but Kenpachi and Gamori, they just both even things out, because Kenpachi say, you can't stop me from cutting you, and Gamori saying you can't stop cutting me. But Gamori tried to do his best to avoid the attack. He even managed to summon a giant hand to literally smack Kenpachi down. And you gotta admit, he just doesn't. He's not down but not out. He breaks through and even slashes the part of the mountain, and even manages to get into attack Gamori again, giving him that he's getting used to his skin. And Gamori is like having twisted thoughts. At first, he's lots of excitement because he never felt like there was any worthy opponent strong enough to challenge him, and even getting him hyped for the moment because he never had a real fight. Right, and then it's Kenpachi. He's getting hyped too, and he's like literally wearing down Gamori, getting used to his power and attacks to the point where he can literally getting used to a power and cutting through his skin. I mean, we've seen the same thing. I mean, remember when he fought Noritora, and Noritora the Fifth Espada, how he fought against him by getting used to his skin, and his skin was supposed to be the hardest of the Iran cars, iron hard skin. And it's supposed to be hardest, it's going to be probably steel or something. But you gotta give it credit for that. He tries his best as to avoid, but he is really thunderstruck at the fact that Kenpachi keeps attacking him over and over again. It seems like Kenpachi's gotten a lot faster now that he's starting to take this very, very seriously. He's starting to get faster now, a lot faster than we were before. But Gamori's having even more thoughts that he thinks it's impossible for Kenpachi to beat him. That he thinks that this cannot possibly happen, and that he's trying his best to not to avoid sword, even though he can't stop his sword, or he can't stop any of it, and that it's impossible for him to die. To die, and even Kenpachi saying, "What's wrong? Why are you not resisting my attacks? Is it possible you just imagine yourself dying?" And those words change something. Gamori starts to change. And you say he started to use his strongest power. He makes another one of himself. I'm not kidding. He makes another one, a duplicate. Some say it's cloning. Say it's cloning, but he says it's not cloning. This is the other me. He can literally create a life out of nothing. We saw that before when he made that Stone Ritter V that's nothing right now. He killed V because he was useless. He did something else. He made another one of himself. Not only did he do that, his imagination power it's double now. That means he's twice as strong. He's twice as effective. That means Kenpachi is literally on the edge. And you gotta give him the credit for not running away. But you gotta give Kenpachi credit, because he's not backing down either. He's still not even using his full power or either. But Gamori, he does something else. He summons a meteorite. Some say that could be a ripoff of Naruto. I mean, Madara did the same thing, and I consider that a ripoff of Naruto, because think about it, a meteorite falling from the sky to kill your enemy, same thing. Because, dude, I'm gonna give Kubo this piece of advice. Don't rip off another person's work. Stick to your own stuff. I mean, we've seen plenty of copyrighted issues, even though it's not direct copyright. It has had problems. True Blood and Trinity God. You know what I'm talking about. If you've seen any of those, then you know what I'm talking about. But you gotta get. But Kenpachi, he's not holding back. He said because he's facing Mira, he finally get to cut something that he's never done before, and he says that's the last thing he's gonna cut. And he says finally I get to call out the name Nosarashi. Or I think that's the name of his Sanpakuto, Nosarashi, but I don't know what it is, because it ends, and that's when the chapter ends. And knowing Kenpachi, it was probably some good training. After all, he did defeat Unohana. I mean, he got stronger since then. And after all, it is Unohana. And Unohana was one of the strongest characters, even though she never revealed her true strength after Juhabak killed the head captain and Kenpachi Zaraki received the training from her. It was a very, very tough fight. There was blood everywhere, and after she died, he finally gained his power. Remember, the Santo's relationship is symbiotic at best, which is both the sword and the fighter has to be in sync and have a relation. Kenpachi never had that from the very start. He was always a brawler, a fighter, just off one thing, pure combat. The same thing with Ichigo, but he managed to gain a bond with his sword. But now that he's done his training with Unohana, he's gotten stronger. He's definitely going to use that sword. I can't wait to see how badass it is in the next chapter. Knowing Kenpachi, he's not going to hold back. And I put the link down in the description. This is Sellavin asking an review of Bleach chapter 5, 7, 5, 6, 5, 7, 5, 7, 6, the High Kill 2. Knowing Kenpachi, it's going to be good. Hope you enjoyed that. Comment, subscribe. Signing off.